Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School. I'm Stevie.
I am Betty.
And today we're looking at day 2 of our Dialogues with Themes lesson. And this month we are talking about exploring the customs and taboos of Ghost Month.
It's scary a little bit.
Is it a little scary?
For me, it is. It is. Because today we're probably going to learn more about the taboos we have during the Ghost Month. But growing up, it's I have this image of like wandering ghosts coming back and your grandparents tell you not to do this, not to do that. 我们家的话是不能晾衣服，就是 you can't hang your clothes at night during the Ghost Month because like the clothes, they're like flying around, dancing around.
They're afraid that the clothes in the wind will attract the ghosts to them.
Yeah, it's quite, they get to see you.
So it's a family tradition that...
Right, it's a family tradition. And also, like, there's so many traditions, especially when you grow up in the countryside. 在那个乡下很多那种习俗，我们家是不能晾衣服，晚上。因为怕说这个衣服在那边摆来摆去，那个鬼会以为你在跟他招手，会进到那个衣服里面。
So you're like telling the ghost, "Hi,
I'm here."
But if it's okay, if you're like, "Hi,"
even when it's not your ancestors,
as long as they're not a bad ghost.
But you can never be sure until you see for yourself.
Well,
right?
If they're not good, don't invite them in.
I think, how do you know? Right, but it's fun to learn. I guess it's fun for you to learn more about what's going on. Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Exploring the customs and taboos of Ghost Month. Dialogue B. Kelly continues introducing more taboos during Ghost Month.
Earlier, you mentioned that people don't stay out late during Ghost Month. Are there other taboos?
There are many. Another one is that people don't whistle at night.
Why not?
It's said that the sound might attract wandering ghosts.
Interesting. Is there anything else?
Let me think. People also avoid swimming. It's believed that water spirits might try to find a replacement and pull someone under.
That's really creepy.
Yeah, the idea is to remind people to be careful. Also, you shouldn't stick chopsticks upright in your food because it looks like burning incense, and that could draw hungry ghosts.
I see. I'll keep that in mind.
Another common belief is that it's best not to move to a new place during this month. People believe that the noise from moving might disturb the spirits and bring negative energy.
There are so many taboos. People really take this month seriously.
Yes, whether you believe these ideas or not, it's a time to show respect and be mindful.
Thanks for explaining all these, Kelly. I've learned a lot.
Okay, so yesterday, George was outside and he ran into Kelly. And Kelly's hands were full of offerings.
Right.
And so... they started talking about Ghost Month, and she said there are taboos and things that we don't do or shouldn't do, and there are traditions. And so today we're learning more about those. So Kelly continues introducing more taboos during Ghost Month.
没错，所以 Kelly 呢？我们刚才就是昨天有讲到他们两个在对话，对不对？然后 Kelly 就说我等一下再跟你聊嘛，因为他手拿很多东西。然后呢 ，Kelly 现在的情况是，他又继续在分享，就是鬼月有什么样的习俗跟禁忌，有跟这个他的好朋友 George 分享。
So yesterday, in our dialogue, the first taboo was don't stay out late at night during Ghost Month. Some people believe don't do that.
对，因为鬼会跟你回家嘛，对不对？
They're afraid the ghost will follow them home. So today we're talking about more. So George starts out. George says, earlier you mentioned that people don't stay out late during Ghost Month. Are there other taboos? So you mentioned this. You talked about this earlier.
对。那这个 earlier 就是说稍早，当然翻这样有点太正式，就是刚刚，但是它其实也没有那么刚刚嘛，因为他们可能是过一段时间又再聚在一起，所以就说 今天比较早的一些时间，或者是刚刚，你可以翻成刚刚就好。你有提到说呢，大家不能在外面玩得太晚嘛，待得太晚嘛，对不对？因为他会跟着你回家，鬼这样子哦。还有没有其他的禁忌？
Yeah. Are there other taboos? Are there other things I shouldn't do or people shouldn't do? And now yesterday she said quite a few. And we said that means many.
对，
Yeah. And now Kelly says, oh, there are many.
很多哦，其实
There are many taboos, which you said.
对，真的
Yeah.
很多。
Another one is that people don't whistle at night.
你会吗？对，还好我不会 whistle， 所以根本就不怕，
I'm
反正我也
not
吹不出
good
来。
at whistling.
That sounds pretty weak.
Yeah.
Right? But that's a good thing
很弱的
during the ghost month because they can't hear you. That means you're safe. 他说另外一个是不要在那边乱吹口哨哦，在鬼月的时候不要 whistle。
Now, I knew that one.
哦，你知道这个
I knew that one. Don't walk outside at night whistling.
太显眼了，有一点点。你干嘛
Yeah.
晚上吹口哨
Well, some people like to walk, you know.
and
just-
whistle at
well,
the
some
same
people like to
time?
walk and sing.
哦
Some
OK，
people like to walk and whistle. They're happy.
对，但尽量不要，鬼月不要了。
But she says, don't whistle at night. And George says, why not?
为什么不能吹口哨？
Yeah.
有怎么样吗？好像这个听起来很还好哎。
And Kelly says, it's said, okay, this means 传说中,
对，
right?
据说
Yeah, it's said that the sound might draw in wandering ghosts.
对，那如果同学要解释，然后你要解释一个传闻的话，你可以说 it's said， 然后后面放一个完整的句子，就是据说你把你知道的转述哦。好，他说呢，这个声音吹口哨的声音可能会吸引 attract 孤魂野鬼，对，所以那样吹他就觉得哇，真美妙哦，他就是跟着你一起走，
Yeah, and so George says, oh, interesting.
很有趣。我现在就来吹看看， 没有啦。
Is there anything else?
好，那还有吗？所以记得哦，不要吹口哨。
他刚跟你说很多，当然还有。
对，所以第二个呢？
But, okay, interesting. Is there anything else? And she says, let me think.
我想一下哦，让我想想。
Oh, people also avoid swimming.
哦，不能游泳 ，avoid 加 ing 哦，人也会去避免，就是去。我们家也是我阿妈会讲啊，可是我们还是会去游，就不要去那种真的是海边的游泳池可以，海边
really?
尽量不要。
Okay. But she says it's believed. Again, she's saying it's believed.
据说
Yes, what she's saying is, well, this is what we were taught, so this is what we believe.
对
It's believed that water spirits might try to find a replacement and pull someone under. To find a replacement, like maybe some spirit left and now we need another one. So we pull you down in as a replacement.
I think it's like when they pull you down, they get to replace you because there's one spot available. Because
I mean, they can go up.
Yeah, they can go up or become humans again.
Oh.
I think it's like they draw you, like they pull you under, so they get to replace you.
Oh.
好像是我们会说抓交替嘛，对不对？
And that's why we have mermaids.
No, that's definitely not why we have mermaids.
Mermaids 是
那个美人鱼哦，我们在乱讲哦。对，他就说呢 ，it's believed 跟 it's said 一样哦，据信就说那个水鬼啊，他可能会 find a replacement， 这个就是我们讲抓交替。但是你要讲抓交替，其实很难翻译嘛。我觉得里面有很多很难翻译的字，就是抓交替哦。所以他就是找到一个替代品，然后他会 pull someone under， 就是把你拖下水这样子哦。对。
And now George says, oh, that's really creepy.
哦，这真的有一点令人觉得毛毛的哦，毛骨悚然。Today, we are talking about creepy, something being creepy. Yesterday, there are also
Spooky
spooky 也是，对
and scary.
，scary，
Yeah.
这都可以讲那个毛毛的感觉。
Yeah, so that's really creepy.
对，especially
Yeah.
for someone who can't swim, like I can't swim, so it's always a bit scary for me to
No,
go.
I'll tell you this. If you can't swim
嗯哼，
in the ocean, you should not go above your waist.
哦，不要太深。 I never get near the ocean at all.
Or wear a life jacket. Yeah.
对，只要有那个
Because in water like the ocean, and we call that like living water because it's moving,
它
right?
是真的是比较难预测的
And so, yeah, if you don't understand water and you can't swim, you should not go anytime.
对，不只是鬼月哦，哪一个月份都不要
Anytime.
去。
Learn how to swim and understand water first.
对，不然那个水鬼就会比较可能，你会比较可能遇到，因为你不会游泳嘛。
They'll be like, oh, 白痴不会游泳还来。
然后就把你抓走了。抓这个比较容易。对 ，so be
Actually,
careful.
that's not really funny. That's really
That's
creepy.
scary. That's scary.
That's really
But we're
creepy.
just joking around, trying to tone it down a little bit. 希望不要太沉重，好吧？大家不要看一看就觉得很害怕。
所以 George 才刚说 that's really creepy.
真的。
We'll take a break here. So George just says, "Oh, that's really creepy."
真的，很可怕。
And but Kelly, here's the important thing. This is why we talk about it. Because Kelly says, yeah, the idea is to remind people to be careful.
对
Remember, the whole idea is to avoid trouble. That's what
对
we talked about yesterday. The taboos are to help you avoid trouble.
没错，这个 the idea 的话，就是说这个重点是你要翻成这个想法是会有点不是那么顺，就是这个东西反正重点就是什么呢？就是要提醒你 remind somebody to do something， 提醒你要去更小心，尤其是这个 Ghost Month 它刚好也是 summer vacation，
Yeah.
也是那个暑假，所以很多人会出去玩，尤其是小朋友。那有时候小朋友会到处哪里就是去游泳啊什么的，所以这其实算是一个提醒大家要小心哦。
So be careful and take care of yourself. Have some common sense.
因为
要有一点常识。
对，很多时
right?
候台湾这个刚放暑假的时候，新闻就开始报有人溺水，因为就是大家会去水域玩，然后新闻就很常报说才刚暑假，然后就会有人溺水啊什么的。
Yeah, you have to use your brain and don't do stupid things. Okay, be careful. If you're going to places that you don't know the water, then be careful.
It's very different from swimming in a swimming pool, basically.
Yeah. Also, swimming in a river up in the mountains.
对，
That's very different than a swimming pool.
很
So
危险。
yeah, so just like that, we want to remind you to be careful anytime, not just during Ghost Month. Anytime. Also, Kelly says, you shouldn't stick chopsticks
对
upright in your food because it looks like burning incense, and that could draw hungry ghosts.
没错。Do you know this?
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that. I learned that. That is actually one of the first things I learned in Taiwan. It's not just during Ghost Month.
对
You're
at all
never
time.
supposed to stick your chopsticks straight up in your rice.
没错，只斜的也不行，就是插下去这个都不行哦。不管是 upright， 你稍微弯一点点也不行哦。他说另外一件事就是你不应该 you shouldn't 跟别人讲一个指示，你不应该 stick 就是插，那 chopstick 就是筷子，你不应该 upright 是直直的，你不要把筷子这样插在那个食物上面，因为看起来像是你在烧香。然后这个呢，就会我们有讲到 attract， 这个 draw 也不是画画哦，它也是吸引的，它会吸引那个饿死鬼，因为这个动作好像是跟他们说开动吧，好像就是你插香之后就跟他们说可以吃这个贡品了。
哦，真的？
对，就是你插，就是很像在讲开动。
OK。
所以大家就来了。然后你讲开动，那我就来了。
就是拜拜有食物那种。Like when you bye bye and you have food, when you put the incense in the food, that says, okay,
开动 ，Let's eat。
开动喽。
对
，OK。
所以你这样插，他就来找你吃饭了哈。
Okay, so I understand that, and George understands.
对
Because George says, I see.
我懂了。
I'll keep that in mind.
我会好好记得的 ，keep something
Yeah.
in mind.
Now, to keep something in mind, also taught a lot in Taiwan. We say it once in a while. 我们偶尔会用。Usually, we'll say, I'll remember that.
比较自然一点点，
Yeah.
我会记得的。
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Just kind of means, 我会
努力记得。
记下来 yeah.
对，会记得。
But the 比较口语, I'll I'll remember that.
OK， 所以也可以这样子用。
Yeah. And then Kelly says another common belief is that it's best not to move to a new place during this month.
Oh.
So I didn't know this one.
我好像也不知道哎。
Yeah, I know you're not really supposed to move during Lunar New Year.
哦，我不知道。
Right? Like
Maybe.
Or maybe 搞不好我是搞混了.
Oh.
Because I have heard sometime, like Lunar New Year, you're supposed to clean before the New Year. And then if you're going to move house, you do it after Lunar New Year, not during Lunar New Year.
有道理，我觉得这是有道理的。
Yeah, but this says it's best not to move to a new place during Ghost Month, during this month.
对，另外一个很常见的我们的这个信仰，belief 或者是我们相信的东西是说呢，最好不要 ，it's best not to it's best to 是最好要 ，best not to 就是不要呢，在鬼月的时候搬家啦。为什么
？Now this I find interesting. Because it says people believe that the noise from moving might disturb the spirits and bring negative energy.
Oh.
It might disturb the spirits, the sounds of moving.
他就说，因为就是我们有教过 ，it's believed that it's said that people believe that 也是同样的意思就是说人们相信，就是说，因为你搬家的时候那个声音很大嘛，你就可能会干扰到那一些亡灵，然后这个就会让你会带那个煞气，那个煞气就是你整个磁场啊，可能就是会被本来的磁场是很好的那因为亡灵来了，所以它就是会有一点点冲到你的那种感觉 ，negative energy。因为外国没有这个观念，所以你要说什么风水啦，然后你要说什么能量场啦，你都可以用 energy， 或者是他这个人的磁场啦，也可以用 energy， 对他们来讲都是一样的。
Yeah, this place, I feel the positive energy here.
磁场很正向，这样这个人散发很正向的磁场，也可以这样讲。
Yeah. So how about what if you go to dancing or a nightclub during Ghost Month? That's more noisy than moving.
对耶，所以为什么鬼不去那边就好
？Maybe maybe they go too and they dance with people. I don't know. But I think it's also because when you move house, you're moving all your personal things and you're taking your energy from this place and moving it to another home. So maybe it's that kind of thing.
A little bit risky.
The noise and that's a big change. It's not just like going out with friends and having a party.
It's very Asian way of thinking that you have.
Exactly. And that's why I think it's probably a taboo.
他很被台湾同化，他就讲说，可能是因为搬家的时候，你的能量场在移动，所以可能会干扰到你的能量场，能量场会从正面变负面。这样，你好亚洲人哦，这好像是算命师会讲的。
I understand the thinking.
就是重大的人生重大的事件。
So that's why it's different than going and singing karaoke with your friends.
因为那个就不是那么大的人生的改变。
It's not that big a thing, and it's when you live in a place, when you live in a house, when someone lives in a house and you go there, you can feel someone is living there.
这个 energy 你会有那个能量场。And
if you go into a house that's empty with no people, it feels different.
对，所以可能
It really does. There's a different energy there.
那个磁场不一样，尤其是你刚搬到一个新的地方的时候，你的磁场可能还很弱。
Yeah, so I can understand. I'm just saying I can understand why they might say don't move during Ghost Month. Maybe you were attracting other ghosts because you're moving your energy to another place. Maybe.
有可能，有可能，我觉得很有可能。
Yeah. And we don't want negative energy, right?
对。
So George says, there are so many taboos.
也太多了吧
Yeah. People really take this month seriously.
Take something serious 就是很认真、严肃看待，就是在台湾真的是很认真看待、严肃看待鬼月这件事情
Yeah, to take something seriously. And 你说是认真看嘛？
对。
But that's also why when we use seriously to mean really? You know, like,
你是认真的吗？
are you serious?
你认真。
Yeah. So, seriously, good word to know. Wow, people take this month seriously.
对。
So, Kelly says, yes, whether you believe these ideas or not, it's a time to show respect and be mindful. So, whether you believe these ideas or not, whether you believe this or not,
对。
it is a time to show respect, or we also say be respectful.
对。
And here, when she says be mindful, that's another way of saying, think about what you say and what you do and how it affects other people.
对。
If you don't believe it and somebody is burning ghost money and people say, oh, I don't believe in ghosts, that's stupid. Okay, you don't have to believe in ghosts. That's fine. But that is a belief that people grew up with and believe. And so respect that. Even if you don't believe somebody else's traditions, respect their belief, their tradition.
没错，他就说，不论你是相信这一些，或你不相信这个 weather， 就不论是否这个是一个很好的时间，很好的一个月份，你想要展现你的尊重，不管是对王者，或者是对有这个信仰的人，要 be mindful， 你要很谨慎，你自己在做事情要很谨慎，也不要去冒犯到，比如说老人家。老人家有时候像我阿嬷就禁忌很多，但是也不能随便跟他说这不科学，不行。
我之前有遇到一个人，他说做这个做那个好白痴啊，这干嘛？对，很不科学。然后我就跟他说，关你屁事，这个是他们的信仰，对，所以你可以尊重。然后你不相信没关系 ，shut up。真的，有时候
对
基本的礼貌嘛，
对，互相尊重。
Yes. So George says, thanks for explaining all these, Kelly. Thanks for telling me about all this. I've learned a lot.
对，他就说呢，感谢你还花时间跟我解释这一些传统的习俗跟信仰还有禁忌啦。我学到好多东西，好有收获。
Actually, I learned today. I didn't know that you're not supposed to move during
I didn't
Ghost
either.
Month. So I learned a new one today.
Me too.
All right, that's all the time we have. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Be careful during Ghost Month.
Stay safe.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.